Okay, it's almost 25. So good afternoon, everybody. My name is Martijn van den Berg. I'm an account manager at IFS Ultimo, and for this afternoon, I'm your moderator. A short announcement. It is possible to ask questions on the right side of the screen, which we will address after the session. Hereby, I would like to announce the next speaker. I welcome Mike Raiche from Fluke Health Solutions. Welcome, Michael.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, very good. I will spotlight you. And I think you have the control over the PowerPoint. Good luck.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And thanks everybody for joining. I'll kick off and see. There we go. So we're here to talk about improving the performance and safety of your medical equipment efficiently. And my name is Michael Raiche. I've been with Fluke Health Solutions, which is the parent company of Fluke Biomedical for 5 years now. So I've done a great deal of product management on the hardware side, and just recently moved into the software side to manage 1QA, which is what we'll be highlighting today and how it can help you with Ultimo. So what we're going to cover today is just a brief walkthrough of some pain points that will likely resonate with you. I will start my video. We'll go over some pain points that will likely resonate with you, whether you're a technician or a manager. We'll talk about how you can modernize your documentation, and then we'll go through what we're calling workflow automation, and how that can work between 1QA and IFS Ultimo. So to start with that, there are a number of issues that we face in our day-to-day. So if you're a technician, you might be facing issues such as not having enough time to do your work. You might be revisiting a task that you haven't done in a year's time and you've forgotten how to make the connections. You might have interruptions, right? And at the end of the day, there is paperwork, right, that we all have to do to take those results and put them back into our CMMS, right, ultimately to be saved. So there's a lot of work here, there's a lot of problems here, and there are a lot of errors that can happen. The records can go misplaced. The records themselves could be illegible, right, causing rework, or you might miss steps. So these are all pains that we face as biomedical engineers, biomedical technicians, the ones that are doing the work. There are also a handful of pain points that managers are facing as they go through everything. So they know that you guys don't have enough time, but they still have to get the work done and ensure that we all get the work done. And they need to make sure that the facility stays compliant. So they're really trying to make sure that patient safety is being ensured by testing all of our medical devices in a timely fashion. Those results that we talked about in the last slide, they need to be organized in a way that they can defend against an audit, right? And there are deadlines to that, right? We need to meet, call it 90% of all of our preventive maintenance within a certain period of time. So there's a lot of pressures on managers too, if they're on the call. And these are all things that workflow automation can help with. So I want to talk through a few ways that you can modernize your documentation to help with a lot of these pain points. So if we think about it, people might be documenting in a number of ways, but since you guys are with IFS Ultimo, it's probably not paper only, right? But people are documenting on pieces of paper and then translating that into a CMMS. You might be doing it in Excel. You might be typing it directly into your CMMS. Basically, there are lots of different ways that information is being transferred, but the best way is to move that documentation from an automated test methodology and have that data flow directly into your CMMS. So there's no transcription, there's no misplaced error results. There's no illegible results. There's no missing results. So one way to do that is just to move to a fully automated workflow. The second thing is to automate that workflow. When we talk about efficiency, automation often helps with that. So what this does is it frees up technicians from looking for that procedure they haven't done in the past year. It frees them up from remembering how to make those connections. And it allows the limited interface in terms of manual data entry because it will do it for you. So really, automation really helps everyone do the same thing and do it more efficiently. So do think about automating your procedures versus maybe the push button ways that things are being done today. The other one is saving time, right? We talked about being efficient, but this can all be automatic, right? So you can automatically generate the test results from your analyzer into your procedure, see if it's within tolerance, and auto-generate a report. All of this can be done in real time for the steps that are automatable, but all of this is really a focus on saving time. This is one of the pain points that we talked about at the beginning. We all have a lot of work to do and not enough time to do it. So automation is definitely something that can free up that time and allow for other things to be done. And the other impact that this can have is quality. So if you go into an automated, a workflow automation software, what this can do is ensure that the procedure is standardized across your entire facility. Everybody's using the same procedure that came from the same version of the manual that has the same tolerances. And the other beauty of this is the quality part that comes in is there are no typos because manual data entry has been minimized. There's no missteps because you can't pass your test unless all the steps have been followed. So bringing in some form of workflow automation does help improve quality. And at the end of the day, improved quality in the space that we're working in healthcare, really focuses on improving patient safety. And the last thing is that it increases performance. So this goes more towards the managers maybe, but when you have results that are done, that are taken the same way, time and time again, what you can start to do is identify trends. And instead of doing preventive maintenance, you might be able to move into predictive maintenance. Is a medical device's result moving in a certain direction over time and trending towards that upper or lower tolerance range? Should I take it out of service now before it becomes an issue and avoid a bunch of that rework? That's one way to think about increasing performance. The other is on the side of efficiency. We talked about saving time and being able to do other things. What are those other things that you want to do to take your facility to the next level? This is a big one that can really help take your facility to be a leader in the space. So do think about everything that can offer. I just want to talk briefly about an overall setup for 1QA and what that could look like. Typically, it is done on a Windows laptop or a Windows tablet, right? You're going to run 1QA on there, and it will connect with a cable to your Fluke biomedical analyzer, and which will then attach to your medical device. This will run the test that 1QA tells it to. It will pull the results off of it and generate a report. What you can do is take this to the next level, and you can integrate it with a CMMS like IFS Ultimo. And what that will do is allow you to open your work order in the CMMS. It will allow you to open that work order. The work order will be automatically attached to a specific procedure. So if you click that button, it will go right to 1QA. You'll run your procedure, get the report. It will bring it right back into Ultimo. So that's what a CMMS integration provides. And 1QA provides one additional thing, which is a cloud backup. So if your CMMS were to crash and your computer were to crash, your test results are saved up in the 1QA cloud. So it does have the benefits of being a cloud solution and have data backup capabilities as well. So that's a very high level overview, but I do want to get into the nuts and bolts of what 1QA does, and means in the last couple minutes here before we get into questions. So it's not just automation, right? Automation is taking a manual test and making it more efficient. One QA is workflow automation, because we are thinking about and looking at the CMS integration as well. So what we do is we integrate with our hardware. So we have gas flow analyzer in this case. This is one of our products that's automatable, and it automates all the steps here. And it's not just that. We also are able to automate other pieces of our hardware as well. So our Impulse 7000, our defibrillator and pacemaker analyzer. We also have our electrical safety analyzers that we're able to automate here as well. What we just released was our patient simulator, the ProSim 8. And we also can automate our sister company, Raiche. They have an X2. So if you work in the radiology space, this is another piece of equipment that you can automate. So in the form of automation, what does that get you? Well, we can automatically pull in the model of device that you're using, its serial number, its calibration record. So you know that the medical device is able to be used and that the results can be trusted. And then you can pull all that back to your CMMS. But it can also not automate, but you can build a procedure with devices that do not belong to Fluke Health Solutions. So if you have a competitive product, if you have a ruler, all of those steps can be built into your procedure, and you can make sure that those results go into that procedure and into that test report. So the big thing is it's a single test report for one piece of medical equipment. So you have a standardized procedure. We talked about that. There are everything you want for your facility, you can build in. So it can be driven from the manual itself, but you can also build in any tips or tricks or things that your facility needs over and above what the manual needs. So if you want to add a visual inspection, you can go ahead and do that. The other thing that we can do is we have those procedure types. So if you're doing different work, preventive maintenance, you're doing incoming inspection, you're doing repair, you can have a procedure for each. You can pull in all your assets from your CMMS. So again, when it comes to that backup, you have an asset inventory backup. The other things that we talked about is reporting, right? So you're going to have a report that gives you all of those results in one single spot for that device. And that can include electrical safety, patient simulation, and your defibrillator analyzer results all in one. That API allows us to tie back in with Ultimo to allow for all of this integration to happen. And we have that cloud backup that we talked about as well. So in terms of the cloud, that's a nice thing to have in the case of anything going down. And again, this all comes in the form of very visual pass-fail results. You can't pass a result to your CMMS unless it's been done completely from tip to tail. So it does ensure that your compliance, your quality, and your patient safety all goes to that next level. So I know that's a lot to look at, but it's a quick walkthrough of what we're calling 1QA workflow automation software. So again, we're making this work with Ultimo. So your CMS is what you should see here on this last slide is that we can work with Ultimo to make all this happen for your specific needs, whether you're a Fluke Health Solutions customer or not. So with that, I just want to say a quick thank you for listening to me for the last couple minutes, and I will move on to any questions. I have one in mind, but if anything's come in, Martin, let me know.
Yeah, thank you very much for your presentation, Michael. At this moment, we don't have any questions popping in, so I think it's all clear for the audience. So I would say head over to your own question.
Yeah, so one question we get is, are we going to do this for every single Fluke Health Solutions product? And I think that we're going to aspire to integrate with as many as we can. But there are some products that are in varying ages. Some are are 5 years old, some are 10 years old, some are 25. So technology is going to keep us from integrating with all of our products, but we're going to do the best we can to automate as much as we can.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. I think we reached the 15 hour 40. So very good, Michael. Thank you very much for your presentation. Before we will head over to the next session, I would say thank you very much and have a good day, everybody.
Thank you, everyone, for joining.